What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is a place where, well, we're all friends of the Den. It's a place where we can have conversation, we can discuss a variety of topics, and it's all about diversity, you know. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree, but it's all about the conversation. Tonight's topic, man, we're going to talk about the masquerade of music. And what I mean by that is, you know, we've kind of been on and off kind of throughout the week, briefly touching on music and its influences and things like that. But I kind of want to focus on that tonight because for some reason this week it's been kind of coming back to that. But I want to talk about music and the subtle influences that it has on life. I want to talk about music and the ability it has to cause trends, to make people react, to make people do things that maybe they normally wouldn't do in any other setting. And so y'all know how it goes. I'm gonna talk my shit for a little bit, then we'll open up the Denline and we'll get your opinions. And, you know, again, if there's other things that may be on your mind that you may want to discuss, we'll try to stay on topic. But hey, if it's something breaking that needs to be, you know, mentioned, we'll get to that. You know how we operate. Who knows, Edmund may need some dating advice or something. But let's see what friends in the Den are joining us tonight, and then we'll get to the conversation. Baker Man, always good to see you. April Ray, welcome to the Den. Kenneth. Kenneth, it's always good to see you, man. You've been holding it down. I appreciate you coming through. I give you a hard time, but you're all right sometimes. DeMarcus, what's the motherfucking deal? And Dominic. You say that's like the mannequin challenge, that's music. Dominic, be careful what you call weird. I'm still very cautious of you. But welcome to the Den. Always good to see you. So, friends, we're friends in the Den, Kenneth. You know, I talk about it, and again, not to be dismissive of you, but I talk about the way I use certain terms, friends, family, things like that. Generally, when I say a friend, someone I've actually met and probably have known for a significant number of years, and more than likely been through some type of shit with, because there's a bunch of motherfuckers. I used to call people friends quite often, and I've told y'all enough about my background, my story, my issues, and things like that. And those people you once called friends don't always show that same quality. You know, when things are up, you know, you got lots of friends. You got lots of friends when you're up and when you're bowling. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know where that came from. If you don't, well, we're going to be talking about music today. That's a musical line. But again, so talking about music, talking about the influence that it has on people, talking about the way that it makes people react. And sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. You know, you think of certain songs and instantly your mind goes to a certain place. If I was to start playing the theme from Rocky, would you want to get up and start running, start jogging, maybe start working out, start flexing or something, maybe beat somebody up? I don't know. You might be crazy. You might want to beat somebody up. I have no idea. But, you know, music can make you respond in a multitude of ways. It can be very positive. Like I said, you know, there's inspirational songs. You have music that may make you want to go work out, music that may be good for a morning run, you know, lifting weights, get you over that hump, you know. But then you got music that can be stimulating in a different way. We've been speaking a lot about the changes in R&B music over the years, and, you know, R&B is usually considered a sensual type of music. Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, there you go. And then you have music that maybe get you in the mood. You have music that might make you angry. You have music that may make you may, again, just chill out to. You know, you have music that you meditate to. But sometimes it's not just the music, well, the instrumental itself. Sometimes it's the words, though. The words that get carried along with those instruments or digital sounds or whatever else you want to call it. And I think that's where the influence really comes. It's not necessarily the sounds. It's the words that go along with it. And you talk about, oh man, look, and I'm trying to avoid any R. Kelly stuff. Fucking, I don't even want to talk about it, but it's going to happen before the stream is over. I'm gonna try my best. Not to talk about it, but I'm into fucking talking about some R. Kelly. Fucking Believe I Can Fly, the world's greatest, Happy People. This man made all kind of music. He made a lot of really bad music, and that's why it was interesting, the conversation about separating the man from the music. But we'll talk about that later. But I want to talk about, certain things like, rap music, for one. We'll use this as one example. Rap music is very trendy, real simple, catchy beats. Nowadays the lyrics have gotten so dumbed down. I don't even know what the shit is. Like I remember when, I was younger and people were like, oh, what is that shit you listening to? That shit ain't about shit, boy. You don't even know what you're listening to. And that's how I feel. I'm 34 years old, and I see these youngsters now, and I feel like I'm a 50-year-old man because some of this shit, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. What the fuck is that stupid shit? You know what I'm saying? Fucking just all the dumb shit that is out there. And it's just, I can't comprehend it. It's shit that the way these motherfuckers look, especially, but that's a whole nother topic. We'll probably touch on that later on. But the shit is so dumb now. It's just so repetitive. See, I'm a person that believes in affirmations. I believe in, when you repeat certain messages, it becomes a part of you. It becomes, it becomes ingrained in your thought process. And so what people don't realize is when you're constantly repeating the same music, the same lines over and over and over again, it becomes a part of your thought process. Those little neurons fire off and connect, and it becomes it ingrains itself in the way that you think. And so we talk often about diet, and again, not the food diet, but the diet of the information you take in, people you listen to, the people you surround yourself with, your food too, the information you read, the shit you listen to, anything that you can take in is a part of your diet. And I think a lot of people have a very unhealthy musical diet, especially this generation. And you got a lot of shit that's riddled with drug usage. You got a lot of shit that's riddled with extramarital affairs, and I mean, there's several other things. And when I used to listen to more of this shit, I look at my behavior, because we talk about auditing, self-auditing and things like that. And I used to look at my behavior when I used to listen to a lot more rap music before there was a period I had like a whole super old classic rock phase, and life was good. That was probably one of the more upward trending times of my life. But then I think about when I was listening to nothing but just any and everything was just rap music. And you call it gangster rap, you can call it whatever you want to. And I look at my behavior and I sit and I wonder, now, was that me? Or how much of this was influencing my behavior? Nigga, I fuck your bitch and I do this. And was I doing these other things? I was probably engaging in everything that the fucking music was talking about. Any and everything that the music was talking about, I was probably doing. Was it my character, or was I partially influenced by the music, or was it the people that I was hanging around who also may have been influenced by the music? Is the music a reflection of the culture, or is the culture a reflection of the music? You see an artist start talking about it. It could be anything. It doesn't even just have to be a rap artist, but you see an artist talk about a particular brand. What's the motherfucking deal? Say, adults and men and women have forgotten the true place where they should be. What else talking about over here? Oh, well, married man actor. Yeah, that's bad. We will definitely talk about that. So what's the motherfucking deal, Jay Dizzle? Think about all style of hair and dress, and yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And people emulate. They emulate what these artists do. And then you listen to a certain thing, you start dressing like, you start operating like these people do. I wear this, I do this, I do. And it's like you stop thinking for yourself, or people stop thinking for themselves. If the mind is not strong enough, if you're, again, like I say, overloaded with this shit, then you'll start letting it take you over. But again, why is that? You know, but the thing is, Kenneth, you're probably one of the most influenced people in here, Kenneth. And the thing about it is, you don't even realize it. You don't realize it. And it's not an insult to you, but it's because you're young and you don't even realize the influence that it has on you. You may think, like I told you about you quoting the random lyrics, because you do it all the time. But that is not you in control of yourself. Nobody just says, hey, I just want to start saying random lyrics because it makes me feel good. Those are the words, those are the thoughts that are being formulated in your mind. And it's not even your own will. It's because, again, you've been infected by this music and you don't even realize that shit. Subliminal programming. Exactly. And so when you talk about old buddy, you don't even know that dude. That dude has control over your life. That Blueface or whatever. You just repeating words that this man had made up, and now you repeating. You got nothing. You ain't no Loki. You ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it's not about even physically doing all the shit that the rappers are doing. And that's what you don't understand. They have access to your mind because you're repeating shit that they're saying. And you have no control over it. That's not you. You're not sitting, nobody saying, hey, I'm going to just do some random ass shit. That's because your mind is being operated for you, essentially. And you don't even realize it. And you're perpetuating a message that you may not participate in, but you've affiliated yourself with it. You know what I mean? It will change your behavior, you know? So, you see, I repeat shit that I agree with, but see, that's if you focus the music only on shit that you really fuck with, then you know it's a different situation. But again, like you say, if you don't perpetuate that lifestyle, Kenneth, then why are you even listening to it? What benefit does it do you to listen to it, but you still listen to it? What benefit does it do you to listen to it if that's not your lifestyle? But like I say, it influences you and you don't even realize it. Trust me, it does. It has an influence on you, don't even know. You may think not because you can't see it. Again, you're young. When I was your age, I didn't think it did. You know, this should just, sound good to me. You're influenced. You definitely Yeah, it was so, man, I don't know what happened today, but for some reason, yeah, we've been saucing every day. But for some reason, it didn't send anybody notifications today. And I don't know why. Like, everybody came in there like, man, I just happened to check in and, just to see if you was live, because they said it wasn't even in the notifications. It wasn't in the, usually like in your subscriptions. Yeah, I went live. They went live about an hour and a half or so. Yeah. That's what they said. Everybody was telling me nobody got any notifications. Like I say, chat was dead. It was a couple of folks in there. I think we got up to about 50 something deep, but, yeah, it was like I say, it was no notification. That's why I say, man, that's why I just say sauce at 7. Sometimes you just gotta pull up. And I told y'all that's why I'm working on some other things to start expanding outside of YouTube, because YouTube has too much control over certain stuff. But we'll get to that later. But yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like everybody, yeah. And again, I'm glad you said that. Zero. When I was a teenager, Zero is probably the worst thing teenagers need to listen to. It'll have you talking crazy, have you hating your friends. I don't fuck with nobody, fuck everybody. Don't nobody love me. But then you go and listen to something positive and it has you in a different mood. If I start saying, I'm kind of buzzing, it's all because, and if I were right next to you, you'd be talking about this is how we do it. You start getting amped. You'd start feeling good. You know what I'm saying? You'd be, you'd start feeling energy. I've never been to California, but California love, well, I've stopped in California, but California love, come on, you're going to get excited. Certain music pushes certain energies. When I listen to, like I say, a lot of classic rock, it puts me in a certain, I'm more relaxed. Montel Jordan sings gospel. Oh man, you learn something new every day. Wow. Really? That's crazy. You know, make them say, you're gonna say no, no. It's just certain things, and like I say, it's almost you can trigger a response in somebody by just starting the fucking line, and somebody's gonna finish it. You know, and that again, like I say, that's the power that these things that have. You say Kingdom Music from Dallas. Oh no, I can't do it. Then can't do it. Can't do the Dallas. Best rapper out of Dallas is Erykah Badu, and then shit. Talking about Dallas, Post Malone might be second. Oh yeah, it will infect everything. Again, like I say, that you do. It will. You won't even realize, because what I'm saying is that your demeanor, your mood is affected. So you may just think it's natural. I'm just waking up having a bad day, but you don't realize the repetition of the negative lyrics, the repetition of negative thoughts in your mind. You know, it creates that, and you apply this outwardly to your day. So you think just, man, today's just a fucked up day. It could be some shit you just blowing out of proportion because you letting your thoughts have been, again, like I say, what's the word? Damn it, I had a good word for it. Damn. I can't, it slipped my mind. I was going to use, I've been sitting on it for like 2 minutes. But, again, Al-Anon, welcome to the Den. You're the newest friend of the Den. Welcome. But my thing is, you gotta, so it creates a hit of dopamine or serotonin that affects your mood. And there you go. And absolutely. And again, and so like I say, with you being young, Kenneth, you don't even realize how it's affecting your mood because you listen to a certain thing and that's all you do. So you're going to be stuck in that. You won't realize it till you start changing up your behaviors, doing something different. Then you'll be able to see it. When you're in the middle of something, when you're stuck in the middle of it, you know, you can't really realize what's going on. But when you step out of it and you step out of it for some time, and you see how your behaviors change, it's not about, you listen, everything you listen to is pretty much trash. Okay. And I'm just being real with you because, I mean, your behavior shows it. And I'm just saying, like, not necessarily your behavior that you acting bad, doing all this other stuff, but it's just the way you operate, the way you do certain things. If you were listening to other things, you would be able to tell. And I can tell what you listen to is a lot of that low substance, you know, maybe catchy beat type music. But again, like I say, you know, the Masquerade, and let's kind of get a little bit deeper into it. When you look at who's behind a lot of this stuff, look, man, that's what I say. You listen to some little band. Look, I can't listen to no Lil Boosie. Okay, it's certain stuff I can't listen to because what happens is certain music, especially if you were really listening to it in a certain time frame of your life. You know what I'm saying? It's going to bring back old memories. It's going to bring back old thoughts, and it might bring back old habits. You know what I mean? And when I was up to shenanigans, I used to listen to a lot of Lil Boosie. Okay. And so if I listen to some Lil Boosie now, I start thinking about tomfoolery. You know what I mean? And so that set it off, man. Shit, come on. It's like, it's just certain things that you gotta fucking let go of. And, but like I said, you look behind it and it's a deeper layer to it, man, because you gotta understand, like, don't think people just do things randomly and they just work out because it's not, you just notice much main stuff, right? And it's the best thing for it, like, because the mainstream shit is terrible. And what I was saying was that there's a science behind it. There's a science behind everything. If it's making money, trust me, people are going to find out what it is. They're going to find out how to manipulate that effect and how to push it out to as many people as they can. That's why, you know, you look at foods and from all these places and things like that, boxed foods that you get from stores and things. Half that shit isn't food. If you look at it, it's food products. You know what I mean? And a food product is designed in a lab to stimulate the senses and the taste buds to give you that same feeling like you're really eating something quality, but you're just eating a fucking box of shit. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize it. And that's why I say, you know, if people would sometimes just take a step back, and again, like, I mean, here's my deal. I know it's a difficult habit to stop doing things that you've been doing your whole life, eating shit, listening to shit. Again, we talk about diet and what you're bringing into yourself. If you've been raised on it, you've been doing it, it's difficult, but you have to, again, take a step back, audit your situation, and question why. Why do I think like this? Why do I operate like this? Why is this going on? What things are influencing me? I'm doing everything right in my life, but why am I so upset? Could it be your diet? Could it be the influences of the people around you? Could it be any of these things? And so, subject matter is subpar. I feel dumber. I hear a snippet of traffic. I mean, I agree. And again, it's like, it's certain stuff that I'm just like, what? Again, like I say, the repetition of the Gucci gang. So that's just what comes to mind. I can't really think of too much of the new stuff. Again, it has to be about something. It has to have a message, and it has to be about something. If it's not about self-improvement, if it's not about building, like, I don't even really care about, just the fun stuff. Like, back in the Gap, you be in the club, all that booty music. Shaq Kush brought up the other day. You can go tell a woman, you can play a song in the club, and it's like, hey, bitches, get on the floor, do a splits and show your tits. And everybody gonna get on the floor and start wilding out. They're gonna do all kind of crazy shit because the music say so. Now, if you walk up to a random woman in public at work or in the mall or wherever and say this shit, you're going to jail. You're going to jail now, But I mean, you can't say these things, and it's because, again, the music and the messages, which aren't even necessarily subliminal, they're direct. But again, you get, what's the word? Is it inculcated? I don't know if that's the word I wanted to use. It's not. I'm trying to, what is the word? I had a word. I had a good word I wanted to use, and I'm mad because it's like right there. I got the definition in mind, but I can't think of the goddamn word. But anyway, I will use it before the stream is over with, and I'll let y'all know what it is when I do. But no, not inoculated. It's, they don't even think it's an N word. It's damn it. I'm so fucking mad because I know what it is. It's irrelevant. We'll get back to it. But again, you talk about all this stuff, and exactly, I agree. The clubs are a perfect example of my zombie mindset. I'm gonna go buy the bar. Oh, I'm finna stunt. Then I'm gonna go buy a whole bunch of. I'm gonna go spend my check that I can't afford to go try to impress some people who don't give a damn about me, to make myself look like something for a few minutes, only to be forgotten as soon as the club's over with, or that people don't even realize they're halfway drunk anyway. No, it's not indoctrination. I'm gonna think of it before it's all said and done, but I'll let y'all know when I figure it out. Top 5 favorite songs, man. That's a tough one right now. I mean, I can't even tell you off the bat. But I'm pretty sure the overwhelming majority of them are by UGK, one way or another. It's probably some UGK, and I'm pretty sure there's a Southside song or two in there. I gotta really sit down and think about it. You say I don't dance or drink, therefore I don't do club plus I can't stand. Man, I'm the same way. I really don't drink like that. I really don't like being around wasted people like that, especially if you're not drinking and everybody else is drunk. Like, you just sit there, you basically, and I think that's probably what has happened for me, being able to see people get wasted throughout my lifetime and not be the, I wouldn't even say the designated driver. Even sometimes, I may have a little drink. I don't like being out of control. I don't like being that's a good deal, Tommy. I don't like being out of control of myself and not being able to to maintain. And that's why I don't like getting drunk. Like, I don't want to find out what the fuck I was up to the next day. Like, that's not my bag. Take Kush did only on 420 Kush did. We'll see. That might not be a bad idea. But again, like I say, you have to really understand what's going on. And we get so caught up in our own thoughts. We get so caught up in our own processes that we do not pay attention to how we're affected by life. And once you really take control and start saying, okay, and people used to think I was crazy, man. But it's like if I'm in a vehicle, or if I'm riding with someone or whatever it is, you know, you can't always control the radio. Motherfuckers get mad at you. But if they on some stupid shit, man, I'll turn that shit down. Like, man, I don't want to hear that shit, because I don't even want to know the lyrics to the dumb song. I was successful for the longest at not hearing that goddamn, that fucking Kiki song. Like, as soon as I kissed him, like, I don't want to hear this shit. It's fucking stupid, because I don't want these dumbass lyrics in my head. And every fucking body in the world was acting retarded singing that fucking stupid song. They don't even know why. It's not a good song. It's a terrible fucking song. But everybody fucking say, when I mean to know, y'all will know. It's like it's a multi-pronged goal. It's not even catchy. It's not catchy. It's because everybody else was saying it, and so everybody else started saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I didn't even know the "Are You Riding" part. Thanks a lot, Jay Dizzle. But my thing is, you know, like, I don't. The shit is terrible, man. It's a fucking terrible society that we live in, and it's funny because I want to get to that, because we're talking about the little Kiki thing, and we talk about how music inspires people to do fucking trends and dumb shit. And again, that one little fucking goofy thing, and it's not just music, but these little goofy ass challenges too. Part of that is social media. But the way music impacts the mind frame, the music makes it spread faster. And you got motherfuckers doing they little drizzy challenges or whatever, and running into cars and fucking doing all kind of dumb shit. And it's just like, I don't even want to watch these. I seen a fucking broad, big old gal, might have been from San Antonio, fucking trying to do that shit. And then what happened? Fucking dislocated her knee trying to fucking do the fucking Drake shit in fucking McDonald's. I ain't got no fucking Drake bias. He doesn't make good music. Like, my thing is, I like real artists, and you can tell a real artist because they have a consistency. There is absolutely no consistency in Drake's music. This motherfucker catches whatever little wave, whatever little trend. One day he rapping like he from H-Town. Next time he rapping like he from fucking Atlanta. Now he's a Canadian. He's claiming Canada. Now he's a fucking Jamaican. Now he's this and that. It's like, dude is trash, dog. And that's what I'm saying. The dude is trash. Like, because my thing is, no, he is an actor on beats. That's why he acts so well, and when he do these little skits and shit, he knows how to act on beats. He knows how to act. That's what he does. And so my thing is somebody, he has a team of motherfuckers that do all the work for him. They write his scripts, and then he acts on beats. And that's what a lot of people are doing. Like, and people don't even realize that's what most of this music is. It's acting with rhythm, acting to music. And that's why motherfuckers get caught up. Yeah, I mean, pretty much almost all artists are. You know what I mean? And so, and that's what people have to comprehend. Like, these motherfuckers aren't really what they talking about. Half of these motherfuckers ain't doing what they say they're doing. But, you know, they got motherfuckers out there, you know, thinking that that's what's up, and fucking, no, it's not a beef with the light skins, man. It ain't that. You know, that I say I've squashed that beef temporarily. You know, it's 2019. Y'all been out since about 85. But seriously though, you know, it's just that the dude is, and then like we say, you know, we were talking about how impactful it is and how it has people doing things they normally wouldn't, singing stuff they normally wouldn't. We talk about how we were talking about, you know, with the people who because of how good the R. Kelly songs made them feel, they don't want to embrace all the shit that's going on now. The realization that this dude basically told y'all in the music what he was doing, and now they're still having concerts, and they still love him. They still they still worship at everything he does. They don't care, you know. We talk about the standards, but here's the deal. I done spilled my spiel. You know, I usually try to go around 30 minutes of talking my shit, but I'm gonna keep talking my shit. But I will open up. I will open up the Denline, and we'll take some calls on the topic tonight. You can call into the Den at 281-9011-1-DEN. That is 281-9011-336. So, sit up like I am regal and royal. So, yes, you can call into the Den with your opinions. But no, seriously though. All right, we got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the Den this evening.
Hey man, this is Kenneth.
I'm not surprised. Kenneth, what's the motherfucking deal? What would you like to drop in the Den this evening?
Man, I feel like I gotta address, some of the things that you say that I'm being influenced by. Now, here's the thing, dog. Like, here's the deal. I'm gonna steal your catchphrase. Here's your catchphrase. Here's the deal.
That is copyrighted, and I will sue you.
All right, so look, man. Like, most of my music that I listen to, most of the rap shit, like, when I hear a new album came out, I'll listen to the shit. If it has too much bullshit in there, like too much shooting, too much of this, too much of that, I just don't listen to the shit no more. But if I hear a song on the same album that's, talking about the struggle and what he did, what he came up with, and now he's up, like, I feel like I take that and I use that as motivation. Some of these rappers, never went through some of that stuff, but a lot of them kind of did. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that shit, a lot of the things that most of these rappers rap about, I kind of use it as motivation, because I come from, I don't want to say the same situation that a lot of these rappers come from, but from a similar background, didn't grow up in the best houses, didn't grow up, rich or nothing like that, and, still working to this day. So most of the time I just use it as motivation.
Hold on.
Now I'm not going to sit here and
hold on. Nigga, you 15. Working to this day. You ain't even got started. You ain't even got started working, nigga. Anyway, so you had to make me look, anyway, get back to your message. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, like I said, I know I use it as, I don't want to, I want to say motivation, honestly. Like, it makes me go harder on most of the shit that I do. It makes me like, man, you know what I'm saying? If they can do it, shit, I can do it too, you know what I'm saying? Like, they able to do this, I can do it as well, goddammit, what's stopping me, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I approach most of the music that I listen to. Now, I would be lying if I say that I don't listen to a bunch of dumb shit, because I do. I'm not going to sit here and decline it, but most of them
we know
and deny it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when I do listen to, the blue faces of the world, a lot of the shit, a lot of that type of music, I'm just using that shit to, to get hype, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I use it for. Get hype up to have fun. That's why I'm using it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, and a lot of the lyrics that a lot of these bad lyrics about the shooting shit, doing drugs, and all of that good jazz that are in my playlist and shit like that, I don't take that shit to heart, because I know in my heart of heart that that's not me. And the reason I listen to this music is because I just enjoy the music. I want us to tell you.
So what about it do you enjoy? I mean, if it's not you and it's not your behavior, it's not of your character, it doesn't represent who you are, why do you think that you enjoy it?
I just find it catchy, if I'm being 100% honest with you.
Catchy.
I just find the music complete. I just find it catchy. Yes, honestly.
So catchy, but what does catchy mean though?
It's hard to explain. Catchy to me is just, got a hard beat rolling with it. It flows well, has a couple of lyrics here and there, but it just says a bunch of things that that just make you say like, oh shit, that's kind of hard,
Why is it hard though? Why is it hard? So basically, you're saying that there's a formula of music that it could just put out basic and you'll listen to it if they follow that blueprint.
I wouldn't necessarily say it. It has to have some type of lyricism to it. You know, it can't just be just a bunch of. It can't just have a damn good beat and then it have no lyricism with it. It has to have something with it. You can't just. It just can't be completely basic.
Okay, so give me one of those. Give me one of those good blue face, whatever his name is. Give me one of those good blue face lyrics. Hit me to the game because I'm not hip.
Like I said earlier, most of the Blueface lyrics that I do listen to is just to have fun and to get hyped up and just to laugh at shit. All right, so look.
So you're saying there's no lyricism, right?
Awesome.
You just told me you need lyricism to listen to it, but now you're telling me there's no lyricism.
I said the Blueface type of music that I do listen to is just to have fun and just get hyped up. That's the Blueface type. But there's a bunch of, and most of my other shit has some lyricism to it that I enjoy. You know,
okay. Well, name me one of those lyricists. Name me one of those lyricists that you listen to.
Hold on, I gotta find a bunch of shit.
You gotta find it.
No, I got a bunch of shit on my playlist.
No, don't look up your playlist. You should know this off rip. I mean, if the most of the shit you listen to is lyricists, you should be able to name me 2 or 3 off the rip. You shouldn't need your playlist.
Dude, I don't sit here and remember rap lyrics all the fucking time. I got bigger shit to worry about.
You post rap lyrics in the chat all day. I expect you to be a rap connoisseur. I'm not even asking you for. Just tell me the lyricists. You don't have to tell me the lyrics. Tell me the lyricists that you listen to.
Like, what is it about?
No, the artists. Name me the artists that are lyricists, not the lyrics. The artists that you would call a lyricist that you listen to. If they have lyrics,
person listen to.
Yes, just name me 1 or 2
that inspired me.
Yes,
I would have to say one of your non-favorites. I consider Drake one of them, J. Cole one of them. In my opinion, Kodak Black is one of them that that you can consider more new school. But a lot of his lyrics kind of do hit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of NBA YoungBoy's lyrics, a lot of deep shit, but it feels like a lot of this shit I can somehow relate to in some shape or some shape or fashion. Lil Baby, I feel like that's another one. That's just something at the top of my head that I'm naming.
Okay.
A couple more, but I have to look deep in my place. I ain't trying to do all that shit.
All right, Kenneth.
Some of the ones that I personally
I appreciate your call, Kenneth. I'm gonna be honest. You lost me after I thought he might have been trending in the right direction. I let him make it with Drake, the pop artist, and then he said, J. Cole. I thought he was gonna be trending in the right direction, and he started talking about some NBA young boy. This nigga young boy don't talk about nothing but a bunch of old trash gangster shit. Kodak, and don't get me wrong, I like some of Kodak little trash music, but he don't talk about shit. I wouldn't call him a lyricist. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hello, can you hear me? This is Peachala.
Yes.
That young man who just called, he doesn't have a role model. I guarantee you, he's depressed.
And why would you say that?
To that shit. Well, I mean, the artists that he names and the type of stuff they talk about, how would something like that make you happy? You have no source of purpose in your life or anything that brings you joy if talking about jail, drugs, violence, and fucking hoes make you happy. It just doesn't make any sense.
No. Okay. Jail, drugs, violence, and hoes.
So, I'm sorry?
No, I was just repeating what you said about jail, drugs, violence, and hoes.
That's all that the people rap about that he named.
Okay.
But going back to the Masquerade of music, I agree that it does have a psychological effect on you. Listening to a lot of this music today, it just gives you a negative lens on the world and the way that you see things. You will, if you consistently listen to music like that, you'll just be a negative person. You'll give off negative energy and attract those negative things into your life. Which is why I don't think that it's good to just to listen to it. You know, there are other activities and things that you can do to entertain yourself or to make you happy or enlightenment, but it will take you to time to actually do some soul searching and kind of get off the grid, so to speak, and not rely heavily too much on electronics to entertain yourself.
Okay.
I think that a lot of the music today intentionally does that by pumping that shit into the, like how they play it on the radio. Like that's why I don't listen to the radio anymore. But you notice how like the radio stations, like they make you like the music because they always play it. And so if you always listening to the music, you'll automatically start liking it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you listen to it over and over and over again, you'll start singing it. And then you'll start subliminally imagine yourself being in those situations of violence and hating and all this other shit. Mm-hmm. And then you'll just start feeding off that energy. And I really think that's why a lot of the youth are like depressed and lost, suicidal, and on drugs. Because if you think about it, somebody that's really young, especially if you're in a household where you're being taken care of, all you have to worry about is going to school. So what is it that you're so upset about?
True.
Now, if you're the type of person that has, or a type of child that's going through things where, you know, you're maybe not being taken care of properly, you have damaged relationships within your family, those things can have a negative impact on you. But generally, that's not the case with most kids. You have some kids that are going through that, but not as significant as some would make it seem. And I think that the music and the things that are being pumped into their psyche, and a lot of the things that are being exposed to through the internet to perpetuate that mindset in them and makes them feel that way.
Okay.
Because your brain doesn't know the difference between like just thinking something and then actually doing it. Because your body, those neurons are firing and triggering those emotions within you, and you're going through that process just by thinking about it, even if you're not physically doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're able to become sexually aroused without even touching anybody. It's the same thing. Your body is going through the process.
Okay. And yes, that is something I've definitely heard also before, that anyway, you don't have to. All right. Well, I appreciate the call there, Chichala. All right, well, I don't know if I lost some connection, you couldn't hear me there, but a very good call. But it's true. It's extremely true. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling on the sauce on Denline this evening?
What's going on with you, Honcho?
What's the deal?
This is Anthony J.
Already, Anthony J. What you want to drop the deal tonight?
Man, all I got to drop in tonight, man, is I'll preface what I'm going to say by saying I'm 29, man. Mm. So I'm at that age where I kind of, a long time ago, I kind of grew out of that violent type music scene, and it really does poison the youth, and they really don't realize that. It's okay if somebody talks about, this is what I used to do, but this is what I'm doing now. If the people you listening to are not growing, they really not doing none of that stuff that they be talking about. And the music industry is so crazy. It's like, for me, it's no coincidence that all of the artists that I do listen to have either, went completely underground or completely independent. And it's no coincidence that all of them link with each other. Like Currency, Crit, Stally, Nipsey, like the list goes on. Those types of artists are the real ones who are really, who are really, showing you that, hey, you can talk about what's really going on and what you're really trying to do, and really motivate you. And that's something that a lot of the youth doesn't really do. The youthful generation in general is lazy. A lot of the real artistry that you're gonna find, you have to dig for it now, and that's the way that they want it. That's the way that they want it. That's the way they have it set up. It's just one big machine that they have, with media, from everything from what you're watching on TV, which I don't really watch TV like that, because it's a whole bunch of garbage. And even from like little kids on up, all of that crap that they programmed them with, that's why it's called entertainment. It comes into you and it taints you from the inside out. And that's the scary part, man, is a lot of the kids they really don't understand it, and it's not a lot of adults that's not really trying to help them understand that either, because they so busy shaking their ass to it too. And it's this and whole that, and just a whole bunch of nonsense, man. So that's all I can say to the young brother, man. If you want to listen to something that's pretty relevant right now, you need to go listen to Nipsey, go listen to Victory Lap, man. Just go pick that up, let that play. Don't touch nothing, just let it ride through, man. That's all I got to say.
Already, man. Appreciate the call there, Anthony. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear me on my end. I don't know if it's catching, y'all ain't catching me back, but that was a great call. And I agree, man. That Victory Lap was album of the year. I listened to the entire 2018. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, this is Beyond the Funny Nigga.
Ready, Beyond the Funny Nigga. What you want to drop on the den line tonight?
I mean, in regards of is it influential to this day and age regarding like kids and stuff, like I feel like it is, but it's certain things that I think like kids, they listen to the beats rather than the lyrics, you know. So coming up, you know, rap was like a sacred thing. You know, you used to listen to rap and be like, dang, I wish I could do that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now too many kids looking at the shit like, I know I could do that. And that's the problem with it. Like, they just listen to it for the beats and shit. And kids just like it because you remember when niggas used to ride around with an Escalade with them loud-ass speakers at the red light? That's what the beat sound like today. And it's like, I don't see anything about it. And I really think I could say kids like violence, because many rappers today just talk about straight violence, shooting niggas and spraying them and all that type of stuff right now. And they think, oh, that they living that life, and they really not. And it becomes toxic to them because they carry themselves like, oh, I'm this gangster, I'm this nigga that walk around shooting people and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really not the same no more, man.
Okay, man. I can agree with you.
Say,
Already, man. I appreciate the call there, Beyond, man.
all right.
Already. Boy, look, hey, that boy got me. Look, we was talking about the Capitol tonight when he said the Escalades and boys used to beat, the 18s. Okay, hold on, man. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Already, Josh, what you want to drop on the deadline tonight, man?
All right, man. But as far as this music thing, man, I mean, I agree with you because there was a point in time I had to deal with. There was a point in time that I had to struggle with what I was listening to. It was just a whole lot of negative music. And the thing is, it's like when you go on something, like it's always good to listen for positive music, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I listen to church music once in a while when I go through positive stuff, and because you listen to negative music when you're going through a bad situation, nothing's good is gonna come out of it. It's like almost like they're two wrongs don't make a right thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them. And the other thing is like, another reason why we like these rappers, like it's all pretty much propaganda things to put out because Atlantic Records, I mean, it's just propaganda period because you already know Kodak ain't about nothing because when you have Kodak and Cardi B on the same level, I mean, sign the same label, I mean, you know what that label about.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Lil Baby, this is why I don't respect that dude. It's like, I think when he first came on the scene, I was just like, his music is okay, but it's almost just like he's getting most of his hype because girls listen to it. The reason why I say this is because his girl that he go out with now, way back when, on Instagram, I mean, I didn't know no better. I was just shouting out people just to get my followers up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And her friends, the person that go out with Lil Baby right now, her friends are just like, hey, man, give us a shout out, man. Just try to get our accounts up and things like that. And, like, at that moment, it's like I didn't want to do it no more because it was just like, well, I mean, I don't want that famous lifestyle. I don't want everybody asking for shout outs at 2, 3 in the morning consistently like that because I ain't got time for all that. So I gave it up. And it was just this nerdy person that looked butt ugly, you name it. But the thing was, she had a business, she had something going for herself. Next thing you know, 5, 6 years later, biggest young female business owner in Atlanta goes out with her baby, and I'm pretty confident that her baby's been off of her more than she's been off of him, to be honest. So music right now is just propaganda, man. People put who they want to put in there, and it just is what it is, man.
Okay. All right. Well, man, I appreciate the call there, Josh.
All right, man.
Already. Man, see, I don't even know nothing about Lil Baby like that. I just think the name is really fucking odd. Lil Baby. You gotta grow up at some time. Like you can't keep the Lil name forever unless you just like a short nigga. You gotta, after a while you gotta call it a rap. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, what's up, Honcho? This Ernest, man.
Ernest, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop on the Denline tonight?
Yeah, I want to spill a few things, bro.
Right.
On the aspect of ckin call, man, I was laughing, bro, because man, it's like talking to my son. He's 14, and the way you was asking him questions, bro, it just reminded me of that because they so young, man. They think they know more than what they know, but at the same time, it's a good thing, man, because Kenny's soaking up the game, and the older he get, the light bulb gonna start to go out more and more for him. You know what I'm saying? And T'Challa, man, she made some good points, man. I can't remember right now what she said because you know what I'm saying. But yeah. But anyway, bro, this is my take on it, huh? When we look at the music, bro, like I look at us coming up, like I don't glorify, man, but sometimes I reminisce, man, on back in the days, how it was. And when I think of what we came up to, bro, and like you said, how our parents used to be like, especially screw music. Man, my mama couldn't stand screw music, man. You know what I'm saying? She was like, but that wasn't her era. You know what I'm saying? So I think what we going through now, we understand what our parents was talking about when we was, going through our little phase. Yeah. So I just try to keep that in consideration, man, but at the same time, we started it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Our era, our generation started it, and it's just the same cycle that's being passed on, you know what I'm saying, to the next generation. Now, this whole skinny jean thing and all that there, man, I can't relate to that, but something else I want to throw out there on the aspect of music, man. Like, I believe the music industry vowed that they would never let another Tupac in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? And because, yeah, Pac was screaming thug life, but he switched it up on them. Because when you look at the acronyms of thug life, it had an uplifting, positive, intelligent meaning. It didn't have the basing meaning that they thought he was going to push. You know what I'm saying? So when he came on the scene, and I feel like, bro, Pac was one of the I ain't gonna say he was the only one, but I think like what he was able to do, he used the microphone as a pulpit to reach the masses of the young people, because he gave so much game, man, through that microphone to a lot of people who really didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I just think the industry vowed not to let somebody like that in again, and that's why you see the constant regurgitation of ignorance, man. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. Now, also, I'll just say this, bro. Like, everything you said, bro, I agree with, man. Like how the music affect your side. The word I think you was looking for earlier is cultural conditioning. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was listening. I'm like, maybe that's the word you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? It
was long. I mean, and look, I'm glad you said that, because I damn near forgot about that. I said I was looking for particular. That wasn't it, but I want to say it might have started with a C. It either started with a C. It's gonna come back to me. I'm glad you remember, because I've been listening to the calls and I forgot that I was trying to remember the damn word. But 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 yeah, but man, I mean, it's something along those lines. But I'm gonna get it here. I'm gonna get it. I'm glad you reminded me of that though.
For sure. But yeah, the other thing I'm gonna add real quick, bro, just to what you were saying about, you say, what does the culture influence the music, or does the music influence the culture?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about that, man. And I think it's both. I think back in the days, like we talked about a couple nights ago, when rap was still, gangster rap emerged and it was still young, I think the culture influenced the music, because during the crack epidemic, like, that was really what was going on, man. You know what I'm saying, in the hood. But as time went by and things changed, you know, you get in the post crack era, and guess what? Now the music is influencing the culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it, bro. And you know, I hang up and listen.
Man, appreciate the call, Ernest. A good call as always, man.
All right, bro.
Already. See, now I'm back thinking about it. I got to think about that damn word. Y'all have, look, I gotta catch up with the chat. Y'all been going in. I've been jotting down, so I ain't been seeing everything that's been said. But man, so far so good. A lot of great calls. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing, Honcho? This is D-Love.
D-Love, what's the motherfucking deal? What you want to drop in the den tonight, D-Love?
All right, so I want to talk about music and the effect that it has on youth. Now, I look at music as a cathartic, right? Music does have that influence, and it does, you know, it does affect how people listen to them. I want to tell y'all a story about, you know, back in high school. I noticed that Drake, I'm not sure when he did it, but he came out with a song called No New Friends, No New Friends. And people started to take that to the heart. So I'm in the line, because we go on a lunch and stuff. So I'm in the line, and I talked to a dude that, you know, me and this dude, you know, we talk here and there. So I asked him a question, and he was with his people. And it was like, do I know you? He was like, yes, dude, we know each other. And then he started, like, causing a thing, like, I don't mess with you. I don't mess with you. Don't talk to me. You know? And I was just like, really? So, I mean, like, Drake coming out with a song called No New Friends, and coincidentally, people start, like, sitting, you know, staying closed off to the new friends. Also, there was a dude that I also went to much school with. We were playing football one day. And the very next day, he passed by my house. He walking with a bunch of females. He said, what's up to me? You go next to him, punch him. And she accuses him of being friendly. You know, but when you know, she didn't know we went to school together. But I'm just saying that to say that I think music do have a bigger influence on people. Music is a cathartic. I mean, and some people don't realize that music has a subliminal effect. You know, a lot of people listen to music in an alpha state, and I think it started off like that. Nowadays, it's more direct because people have been desensitized. You know, to the point where you can just directly listen to the song. You know, people don't really register it. They won't really register in their mind because they've been desensitized to it. So that's my thought.
All right.
And I just listen now.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, D-Love. I don't know if y'all catch me on it. Like I said, I don't know why it seemed like at the end I'm not getting called. But he said something. When he was talking about accused of being friendly. Why is that? Why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing? I don't know if it's just a thing in the black community or what. But why is it bad to be friendly? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
This is Jay Dizzle. What's up, Honcho?
What's the motherfucking deal, Jay Dizzle, man? It's been a minute, man. What you want to drop in the den tonight?
Oh, my goodness. I'm sitting up here and I'm listening to all you soft-ass motherfuckers call in talking all this shit. Oh, my God. Okay, bro, look, listen. Everybody go through shit. Okay, I get that. But y'all got to put shit into its proper perspective, my nigga. Music ain't nothing more than entertainment. Most of the shit ain't real, and you know the shit ain't real. How many of you motherfuckers out here is Lil Wayne fans? I fuck with Lil Wayne. I like the earlier Lil Wayne more than I like the current Lil Wayne, but the nigga still be jamming. We all know this nigga ain't no gangster. But we listen to that shit, he talk about gangster shit, and we jam the shit anyway. If you in a bad space and you listening to negative music at the time, music don't do nothing but bring out the shit that's already inside of you somewhere. So if you feeling a little negative, y'all make it seem like it's a bad thing to feel a little negative sometimes. Sometimes you got to fucking cry before you able to smile about shit. You know what I'm saying? So just deal with it. That's part of life, dealing with negativity. So just get fucking used to it. Everything can't be all positive and roses all the goddamn time, people. It's part of shit. You gotta go through that sometimes, my nigga. And again, it's like y'all want to change the music like it's gonna change the situation. No, it's not gonna change the situation. You got to change your own fucking situation. Okay? And listening to some different music ain't gonna help you fucking do that. Unless it's gonna give you step-by-step instructions on what the fuck to do. You gotta go out there and figure the shit out. I keep saying the same thing. People need to learn to deal with their bullshit. Stop trying to blame it on some other shit or listening to this music made me feel this way. Well, you obviously had that in you when you started listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's capable of being happy. Everybody's capable of being sad. Everybody's capable of being pissed off. It happens. So I get what y'all trying to say, but at the basis part, y'all avoiding the whole fucking problem in the first place. If you got some shit going on, deal with that shit. Music ain't gonna help you deal with it no better or no less. It might make you feel a little better, but after you finish listening to that positive ass song, guess what? Your situation is still fucking there. It ain't left. It ain't went away. So deal with your shit. Stop putting it off on music and other motherfuckers. You watched that fucking stupid ass bird movie, whatever it was, but that didn't make you want to go get in the boat with your family blindfolded, and I did it. So get the fuck out of here with all this music shit made me feel a certain fucking way. That's a soft ass excuse. Go deal with your bullshit and stop pouring it off on bullshit. That's all I got. Harden up, motherfuckers. Like the Tennessee Titan fan on the fucking South. Man the fuck up. Stop playing.
Oh shit! What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, Honcho, this is Ernest again, man.
Ernest, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you, I'm laughing at Jay. What you want to drop in the den this evening, man?
Yeah, man. Cover things real quick, man.
All right.
Like I told you, bro. As I got older, I don't glorify my younger days, and I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Because it wasn't a lot of positive, man. And you talk about that, you feel me? And you touched on something. You say, why is it a bad thing to be friendly? Especially in black people. Black people and our culture, in a certain part of our culture, we always want to act like we hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we all done lost people along the way, you know what I'm saying, who had heart. You know, and I remember they old school told me a while back, all the hard people, they in the grave or they behind bars, man. You know what I'm saying? This little phrase he told me coming up when I was a youngster. And as I got older, man, and I matured, and you made it out that situation, the same situation we like to glorify, that's bringing about our downfall. You know what I'm saying? Now, you don't expect everybody to care about that because everybody wired a little differently. But this is the difference, Honcho. When I was younger, we glorified the gangster lifestyle, the gangster mindset, the trap mindset, the hustler mindset. We glorified that to a fault. You know what I'm saying? And back in the 90s, you had to have heart, bro, or you wasn't going to make it in the hood. And I think anybody who came up back then could vouch for that. You know what I'm saying? So as I got older, bro, and I got around different people, you talk about this. I started hitting them, doing jujitsu. Nah, I'm going to tell you something. This was the big difference, bro. The cats I grew up with, a lot of them had heart. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying, would get down with the best of them, right? But the one thing that a lot of us lacked when we was young, man, was guidance and discipline. You know what I'm saying? So when I started getting around these other people as I got older, realized they had more heart than any of the cats I came up with. But this is the thing. They were some of the most humble people I met, some of the most respectful people. But if you disrespect them, they would dislocate your bones in like 3 different ways, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I realize now that I'm older, I don't have to act like I'm hard. I don't have to act like none of that. All I got to do is be who I am. And what's that? be a man. Meaning, you give me respect, I give you respect. You disrespect me, then hey, it is what it is. You know, I'm prepared to down my feet because I will not live on my knees. But anyway, that's what I got, Honcho. Appreciate it.
I really appreciate the call there, Ernest.
All right, bro.
Already. And I agree, and that's my thing. That's why I say my premise is, man, I'm always overly respectful with people, even sometimes with people who don't necessarily deserve it, because I know once you cross that line, I don't feel bad about anything I do, man. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling into the den this evening.
What's going on, Honcho? This is Dr. Rabbit.
Dr. PhD Rabbit. What's the motherfucking deal? What you want to drop in the den tonight, Dr. Rabbit?
Music for me, it's kind of technology. Music is kind of correlated with technology, and the evolution has just kind of grown, and then it slid down. And I agree with what a lot of people said, how it could affect you mentally, but I also kind of have this thought that it could kind of mentally affect the artist, because then the artist might start having like a giant ego, and might becoming like a giant dick and stuff like that.
Okay. And what do you think causes that? What do you think? Is it the fame, the notoriety, the praise from fans? What do you think causes an artist to develop that type of mentality?
It's the fame, because I don't think that they'll all do this, but I think they'll kind of start taking stuff for granted. And you can't really do that, because something can happen in an instant in this very weird and just strange world.
Okay. So what do you think? Is there a cure or a preventative for behavior of that nature?
Dude, you got I'm gonna have to call back in. You got cut off. I got cut off from you.
All righty. Well, thank you for the call, Dr. Rabbit. Very interesting. Very interesting what he said with what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? It's Josh Lamel, man.
Lamel, what's the motherfucking deal?
Shit, I got a different perspective on it, being an artist and all, being somebody that's had some success in the industry.
Right.
What I think is a real issue is that at some point about 7-8 years ago, there stopped being a point where people were vetted into the industry, where you actually had to have talent, you actually had to be saying something, you had to have substance in your music. Now all you gotta do is have a laptop and a mic and a room to record in. So now there's no A&Rs, there's nobody that's really approving this stuff before it goes out. And you got kids that's 16, 17 making music in their bedroom, and they gaining a following from all their little friends and kids from other schools and this and that, and they just doing what they think is cool.
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective.
And that's why you got all this bullshit music that's saying absolutely nothing and pushing this negative agenda.
Okay. Man, that's a very good point, man, because we do live in a generation where shit, you can just put out anything. It don't even cost you nothing to put out music, and a lot of it is trash. Yeah, I can hear you. Like I said, there's something on my end, I guess it's hard for me to hear, but I can hear you. I don't know why it's doing that. I got to figure it out. Like I said, I got like one last solution. I got to order one more set of wires. Like I said, I've tried a bunch of off the wall shit, and for some reason, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
This is Dr. Rabbit again.
All right, Dr. Rabbit. What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
Well, it is fucking Friday, right?
Yeah, it is fucking Friday.
All right. Fuck Cardi B, for one, because fuck Cardi B.
Good evening. Okay.
Astrogen, fuck them kids. And last thing, fuck the Patriots, because damn the Patriots.
All right. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to add to that?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay.
The music industry, I'm going to say this right now, the music industry is one of the hardest things that you can get into, because you really have to have like some sort of talent. And I feel like technology, because like I said earlier, the music correlating with technology, I want to say that technology has kind of ruined some sorts of music, because you had people that use their natural voices, like their natural singing voices, and then you have these people that use autotune, just straight up use autotune, which kind of sucks, because it's like, if you can't sing, don't use autotune. Like it doesn't help at all.
But why do people like it so much?
Because I don't want to be mean, but it kind of covers up that they don't have talent, or they can't sing. That to be less mean.
Okay. But what about the fans though? Obviously the fans like it, because you see that it seems like every artist out now is using some type of auto-tune.
Yeah.
So why do you think fans like it?
Well, they all have tastes. Like, you like what you like, and it is what it is. But I guess it can kind of, like, because it depends. It really does depend on what kind of genre music you like. It could be rock, R&B, rap, whatever.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I have no answer for it. I'm not a fan of the auto-tune myself, and I see, the majority of the rappers that Kenneth named earlier were auto-tune users. So again, I have no answer for that one, but it's just interesting. It's interesting. So well, okay. I was going to ask Dr. Rabbit a question there, but he hung up on me. What a rude rabbit. Okay, you can't. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right, I'm not sure who was calling in, but we did not make the connection. So I'm not sure why that last one didn't go through. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's Beyond the Funny Nigga again.
Alrighty, Beyond, what you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
I mean, I feel like the problem with rap today is it doesn't tell a story anymore. You know, it's replaced by what they call them, ad libs, sound effects, whatever. You know, and rap today is not clean no more. Like, you remember when niggas used to just say the basic shit and it was fire shit. Niggas, wake up in the morning, see little mama at the door, or I couldn't talk to her, I had to do my chores or some shit like that. That shit was the bomb back then. Yeah. But now it's just and all that type of shit. Any nigga that say you can't trust that nigga. But that's all I gotta say, Honcho.
All right. Appreciate the call, man. I was say you can't trust any nigga that say Yeah, you gotta watch out, man, for the bird men. That's fucking funny. But he ain't lying though. They did used to have a story back then. Now it's just a bunch of random shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in the den this evening, man? Oh, shit.
Hey man, this is Kenneth.
Kenneth, what's the motherfucking deal?
Hey, what's up, Ed? I kind of want to speak on the topic a little bit more. I want to ask you a few questions. Are you a fan of Tupac, Biggie, or Jay-Z?
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right, so let's talk about Tupac and Biggie. Since do you consider that most of these rappers out here tripping nowadays?
Yes, I do.
All right. So Tupac and Biggie are supposed to be the gold standard, right? These were the same two niggas that were rapping about drugs, women, and all this other shit. And these were the same two niggas that were out here shooting each other over whatever the fuck that beef was about. I completely forgot about it. What is one of Tupac's biggest hits to this day? Isn't it "Hit 'Em Up"? The fuck is the whole song about? Hitting niggas up, shooting niggas, fucking your bitch, biz, and all that. All right, and how did Jay-Z make a lot of his money? Doesn't he the same nigga that was out here selling drugs and shit? Didn't he make a whole bunch of money selling cocaine or whatever the hell he was selling? So what the fuck is the difference between these rappers faking that they did the shit and a lot of these older rappers doing a bunch of shit that they did that was real? What the hell is the difference? If two wrongs don't
the difference is authenticity, Kenneth. The difference is authenticity. It's one thing when you did some shit and you're telling a story about things that you've done or a lifestyle you're actually living. But when you're perpetuating a lifestyle just to seem cool, to get other people to that actually are really doing it, it's bullshit. But you know what another one of Tupac's biggest hits was? Brenda's Got a Baby. You know what another one of fucking Tupac's biggest hits was Keep Your Head Up. So don't just kid me with this fucking, you picking and choose. Don't cherry pick with the bullshit. Smile was one of Tupac's biggest hits. Actually, my favorite Tupac song is Smile with Scarface. So come on, like don't try to prove this lopsided point that you're trying to prove. And one, I'm not that big of a Jay-Z fan, but if he really did what he did and then he rapped about it, what does he rap about now? He grew as an artist. So now he talks about trying to get business and do other stuff. He does a bunch of other trash shit too. But what I'm saying is it's better to be authentic and rap about what you really did than to rap about a bunch of shit that you ain't ever done just to sound cool. That's fucking a fraud. That's fucking weak, and it's just a bunch of bull just to get brownie points. Like fuck that. Come on, man. Like you're not proving a point here.
Ed, hold on.
Okay.
This is your show. I'm gonna speak. All right, so they rapped about all this shit that they possibly did. Okay, Tupac might have did this, Biggie might have did this. Okay, was any other shit that that they were some of the shit that they were rapping about? A lot of the shit was impositive, and a lot of it was. But a lot of this shit wasn't positive. So what the hell is the difference between a lot of these new rappers that didn't do the shit that's not positive and a lot of the shit that Tupac did that was not positive? What the fuck is the difference?
Because here's what you got nowadays. You asking a question and then you're trying to answer the question. And so here's my deal. Okay, so give me time to answer the question. You hung up on me. So here's my deal. If you're gonna ask a question, give me time to answer the question. And so this nigga Tupac gave you game. We talked about every other city we go, I see the same hoes. These niggas talking about falling in love with a bunch of Instagram thoughts. The nigga Tupac made inspirational music. He talked about the struggles of what was going on. He talked about, how to overcome that shit. Yeah, sometimes he has some old party shit. I get around. Hey, I'm a hoe sometimes. Hey, that's some real shit. But every song wasn't about the exact same fucking thing. There was variety. The song had a message. Dear Mama had a message. A lot of these motherfuckers are Gucci clothes, bought a bag, yeah, got some swag, like a bunch of trash shit, my nigga. Like don't like that. This should be a good call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who got called into the den this evening?
What's the motherfucking deal?
What's the motherfucking deal, Cushington? You got something? You got something for these youngsters, Cushington? Because they trying to sell some of these one-sided ass arguments here.
First of all, Kenneth. Fuck your bitch and the clique you claim, nigga. How dare you open your mouth and put Tupac in the category of these niggas nowadays? Man, if you was anywhere near me, I'll slap you and then I'll slap your parents for the birth of you. The fuck is wrong with you? You really gonna put that one song out there that Tupac did and call that, oh, he rapping about selling drugs? First of all, do you know Pac's background? Pac didn't sell drugs. This nigga Pac went to like art school and shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Did you listen to that nigga's music? That nigga rapped about life. He put it in his aspect for people to understand what life was like. Brenda got a baby, dear mama. He put this shit out there for people to have a understanding, the shit he saw, the shit people went through. He wasn't telling you grab your guns and kill everybody. Now Biggie was a different story. Biggie said some fucking shit on track. Yeah. But Biggie rapped about what Biggie knew. Jay-Z rapped about what Jay-Z knew, but you don't see Jay-Z still talking about that hood shit no more. Jay-Z's on a whole nother level in this rap game. Now you talk about these niggas out here like Migos and mama, go. These niggas ain't never done this. And on top of that, these niggas are like 4'0". These little short ass little niggas rapping about doing crimes that they never did before. Stop it. Don't put them niggas in the same category. What's wrong with you, young man?
They didn't stir it up the old heads, man.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. You still good? Yeah, I don't know why we losing the signal. Like y'all are still good. If it ain't hung up or nothing, if the call's still going, y'all generally still good. Maybe like I say, maybe it's something on my end that is not being heard, but y'all are still good. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, this is Beyond Funny Nigga one more time, man. I want to personally ask you, Honcho, like, who's your top 5 rappers of all time? Because I feel like Jay-Z should be nowhere included in that.
No, he's not in my top 5. But I mean, the thing is, Kenneth was trying to get to a point, so I was just kind of, I was letting him try to get to it, so I was just, agreeing with what it is. I was never really that big of a Jay-Z fan. I think I said that the other day, maybe last night. If we're talking groups or / individual, UGK is probably at the top. UGK is probably the group I listen to more than anything. Let me see. I'm gonna be honest. One of my favorites, some folks may not agree with, but used to be one of my favorite rappers, was Big Pokey. The rest, this is a tough one. Let me think about it. 8 Ball MJG. And I'm labeling, there's groups. And like I said, outside of UGK, I don't really have these in a particular order. But as far as music that I listen to significantly, and I look more old school because but I mean, because there's some newer guys I listen to, but I wouldn't put them in my top deal. But like I don't know why it's cutting out like that. But I don't know if I would put Pat in my top. I did used to listen to a lot of Pat. The other ones, y'all gotta let me think about that. They gotta really let me think about that seriously. But I know it's definitely gonna be UGK at the top. 8 Ball MJG gonna be in the mix. Big Pokey, Hardest Pit in the Litter, still one of my favorite albums. Hawk had some hits, but again, like I said, when I was young, around that age, it was mainly H-Town. Like everything was H-Town. I don't even know if I honestly put in my personal top 5 that Tupac was up there like that. Like I listened to Pac, I caught it more later on, but I don't know if I put him in my top 5 personally, and that's just because I'm talking about what I listen to. You know what I'm saying? So I got to really think about that. Like I said, I haven't been out the loop so long. I got to really think about that because it was Face Mob. Yes, Face. I don't even know why I ain't think about it because I just mentioned him and Tupac Smile might be one of my that's probably in one of my top 5 favorite songs. But I forgot to continue with that damn Chameleon there. I didn't like I've never been a fan of a lot of East Coast music, and that's just not a knock. Jada, I ain't gonna lie. Jada was one of my favorites. I think Jada is slept on, very underrated. I think that Jada was Dave. I definitely used to listen to a lot of Jada. Outside of that, I gotta really think about it. I gotta really sit and think about that. I gotta really think about that. But my thing is, real family. Okay, so name me the positive songs that these young niggas that you name me the positive NBA young boy songs. Name me the positive Kodak songs. Name me these positive songs, since we making comparisons that are hits, not just something that they got hitting on their album. Name me the positive songs that they put out. You know what I'm saying? Because since you're talking about, you know, oh, they doing this, since you trying to compare all this stuff, you know. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? This Ernest again, man.
Ernest, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den this evening?
Yeah, man, I kind of want to elaborate on what Kenny was talking about, man. Just make a couple points real quick.
Okay.
Number one, bro, when you look at, like, some of Pac hits, bro, like, for example, I Wonder If Heaven Got a Ghetto. Mm-hmm. A line in that song, what did he say? Why I soccer fella just to live large like Rockefeller? Mm-hmm. That's just one line. Another banger that never really got a lot of radio play, Life Goes On. Bruh, that jam there, everybody can relate to that jam, bro. And the third one, White Man's World. That was the only song I ever heard a rapper shout out black political prisoners who was fighting for the freedom and the future of black people. You know what I'm saying? I never heard another rapper shout out any political prisoners, black political prisoners. Now, the context of the situation, to elaborate on what you were saying, the 90s, bro, the 80s and 90s, bro, that fueled this era. Bruh, drugs, I mean, people was making a lot of money in drugs. That's one. Two, I mean, you know, that's when you had your kingpins, you know what I'm saying? Two, you know, gang banging was popular back then, especially on the West Coast. Then it made its way down south. And then you add in those drugs, gang banging, and I guess you'd say the music. So the music reflected that culture, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't glorifying it. We just saying what it was. Today, it's a different culture, man. But the same stuff is glorified as if it's one and the same. But anyway, that's what I got, Honcho. Appreciate it.
Already, Ernest, man. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, bro.
Already. Like I say, you know, Kenneth over there going through his playlist. Hold on, let me look through my playlist real quick. Let me see what I got. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling to the den this evening.
Hey, Honcho, this is me again, man.
It's me again. This is me again.
Yeah, this Kenneth, goddammit.
No, Kenneth, you the only nigga that sound like a Kenneth.
Hey, all right, look. So yeah, man, like, it's clearly, first of all, man, it's clearly Shaq Kush was a fucking listen, and I clearly said Tupac made a bunch of positive music. So I don't know what the fuck this nigga done heard, but I clearly said that Tupac made positive music. Now on to what I needed to ask. All I asked was rapping about negative shit and having it being true, and rapping about negative shit and you not doing it. Neither of them is positive, so what the fuck is the difference? Like, you don't, like, that's not influencing the youth. Like, and I know, before I get some of the old heads rotted up in the chat, yes, Tupac made a bunch of positive music, like I already stated. But then again, all I want to say, and I know it was a small part of his music that he did make that was negative, but a lot of Tupac's music was positive. Like, I'm kind of repeating myself here, but yeah, like, that's all I want you to answer, Honcho. You know, like, what is the difference between a lot of these new rappers rapping about selling drugs, killing people, and them not doing it, than, you know, some of the older people rapping about selling drugs and killing people, and them actually going through the shit. I mean, if you rap about it, you put it on a song, you put it out, neither of them is doing any positive to the youth, you know. Okay. That's all I want to say, man, that there's really no difference in that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, this is why I disagree with you at. Now, we're talking about Tupac specifically. Okay, all right, call. I'm bet. Cool, not call. Here's the deal with Tupac. Tupac represented something, and Tupac told the story of I should have known. Let me get it. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Kenneth, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. God damn it. What the hell you mean you old head? What's wrong with you, nigga? I ain't old. Nigga, get off the gas. Nigga, you talking out your ass is what you doing. I don't care if positive, negative. What Tupac did was rap. And when he rapped, he put point to his music. It made you think about what he was saying. Jay-Z and them, they made you think about these niggas is not rapping about nothing these days. They're making noises over beats. That's what they're doing. It's not rapping. It's making noise over beats. I mean, that's not music. And all rappers ain't talk about killing niggas. If you listen to a whole bunch of Southern music, South music from Texas, we rapped about cars and shit. That's what we talked about. Now we said if a nigga run up wrong, then you get your head busted. But they wouldn't talk about, oh, I'm gonna run up, kill you, your mama, your daddy, and all that. Nah, niggas swinging down the corner, sitting candy blue, candy red, you know what I'm saying, shining on them boys, hurting them. Head to the cap for four swingers and adapters. You know what I'm saying? That's what he really about it. So, Kenneth, stop it. Don't call in no more. If you call in again, I'm gonna fall on the microphone.
That's disgusting. Don't punish us all for Kenneth's transgressions. But yes. What's up, PUBG? What's up with it, Cushington? You ain't talking about it.
I was just about to say the same thing. PUBG, what's up?
Right,
I was going about to head a taco or two. Now we back.
All right, that's a bit. Just hit me when you touch back down. We'll get some pub on the mixer this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get some pub on the mixer this evening. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why it cuts out at the end. Like I said, we gonna keep reworking. We gonna get it figured out. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, what's good, Honcho? It's Mello, bro.
Mello, what's the man? Where you been at, Mello, man? What's good, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight?
Man, I just been chilling, bro. I've been listening to shit, bro. I've been, you know, so I just been peeping game, my nigga. That's it, bro. But on that shit talking about, bro. So, I want to know what's the difference between older generation and new generation talking. And the way I see it is like older generation gangster rap, bro. That gangster rap shit, it wasn't for the youth, bro. If you think gangster rap is not for the youth, and you had niggas back then, real niggas talking to real niggas. Nowadays you got bitch niggas talking to bitch niggas. All right, all the dumb shit about popping zannies, fucking hoes, slanging in the trap park. Yeah. That's all for the fuck niggas, bro. You back in the gas nigga, back in the sticks, bro. You know what I'm saying? You had real niggas really fucking talking about the life and what was going down, and they making the music because they wanna make a nigga wanna ride. That's the problem. That's the reason they wanted to make a nigga wanna ride. When you making some gangster music like that shit, it's when a nigga wanna hop in the whip, nigga, and go shoot some shit up, bro. That's the reason for fucking making gangster music, nigga. Make a nigga wanna ride, bro. And this bullshit ass rap nowadays just makes a nigga want to get lit. That's it, bro. And that's the difference between two generations.
Okay. Man, you brought a very good point, man. I'm gonna expand on that in just a second. Already. Man, I appreciate the call there, Mello.
Hello.
See, I don't know why I keep cutting that. Yeah. Here's the deal. Like I say, man, if y'all on, just keep speaking. You know, if the call's still going, just keep talking. Because we can hear you on this end. It's just for some reason, I don't know why it's not receptive back on my end. But if you're talking, man, just keep speaking. And, you know, spill your points. And then we got you. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling to the den this evening?
You have Professor Dizzle.
Uh-oh, the professor is back. What's the motherfucking deal, Professor Dizzle? What you want to drop on the den line this evening, man?
Okay, I'm not finna denigrate anybody with this call. I'm finna explain to y'all why music is the way it is. And it's really simple. And when I tell y'all this, you're gonna completely agree with me.
Okay. Music
was different back then because of the people who was buying it. The music changed because the same people aren't buying the music anymore. Music used to be controlled by grown folks. You know what I'm saying? Back when our parents was listening to music and when we were listening to music, it was more for the grown people. The grown people had to actually go to the stores and buy the records, or they had to go buy the tapes, or they had to go buy the CDs. They couldn't get it shipped to the house and no shit like that. So then slowly the music changed from the adults to more so the women. It started to be who can make the best club song, who can make the best song on the radio, because dudes don't call into the radios and request songs. Females do that. Well, nowadays, since the music is more readily accessible, the kids are controlling the music. If you understand what I'm saying, they can get it by download. They can pull it up on YouTube. They the ones going out there requesting what song is playing wherever now. So whatever song is popular to them is the one that gets circulated the most. So it's not the adults anymore. So we done lost control pretty much. That's what's happening. That's why the music don't make sense to us, because it's not for us anymore. And that's the absolute truth. We lost control over the music industry. And of course, the record labels are going to push what's selling, what's being downloaded the most, what's being viewed the most on YouTube. That's what they're going to push out. They're not going to push out the grown folk shit, the Kendrick Lamar shit. They're going to catch so much shine. But since the young folks whose attention span is really, really short, is going to move along real, real quickly. And these young folks don't like that music, movie line. We don't want to hear that bullshit, Sharif. They're not interested in learning nothing in music anymore. They're not interested in learning nothing, period. They don't want to read nothing. Everything is right at their fingertips. They could just ask their phone something to get the information vocally. They don't have to read shit anymore, so they don't want to listen to that shit no more. They're not interested in life lessons. They get that shit enough from their parents, who they don't even want to listen to. So if they don't want to listen to their parents, they don't want to listen to another grown motherfucker, who you think they're going to listen to? Some other kid that's their age is telling them some shit that they feel that they can more relate to. Which that's why the rappers now are these young fucking 17, 16-year-olds. When back then, it wasn't too popular to have a 16-year-old. Like when Bow Wow came out, we was like, oh shit, look at this little young nigga trying to rap. And when the Brat came out, she was a young chick. That was, you know what I'm saying, really, really crazy. Nowadays, you got motherfuckers 12, 13. You know, when Lil Wayne came out, that was something special. It's not special no more. It's commonplace. So the kids control the music now. That's why we don't get it and we don't like it.
You're right. You got it, man. You got it. You hit it on the head with that one, man. I have to agree, because I mean, I just sit back. I remember, I can't even tell you the last time I seen a fucking parental advisory label. I can't remember the last time a nigga bought. I ain't gonna lie. Last CD I bought, and this is still actually relatively recent, was Cadillactica. That's the last CD I fucking bought. The physical CD. Man. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hi, it's Mello again, bro.
Ready. What you want to drop in the den, Mello?
All right, so to keep that going on what my nigga Jay Dizzle was talking about. So when he was saying that it's more this generation, it's and what I heard somebody else was talking about early in the streams, talking about how it's kind of hard to get into the rap to the music business nowadays, and it's not, bro. It's completely it's easier than you fucking think, bro. Because all you really need nowadays, nigga, is clout. As long as you got fucking clout, bro, you can get signed to anybody, and they gonna use you, because it ain't gonna take talent no more. How many motherfuckers nowadays you know out there who's just spitting some bullshit, and even at that, you ain't really got motherfuckers who really writing this shit anymore, because more or less they using ghostwriters. And so you got ghostwriters, and all you using these little fucking these little new school dudes and motherfuckers that are coming out nowadays. They're using them pretty much just for their vocals, just because they got the clout, and that's what's gonna sell. But that's one I want to drop on that. I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna let y'all speak.
Already, man. Appreciate the call there, Mello. Man, he had a very good point. That's what you hear about shit. Like, we never used to hear shit back in the day talking about reference tracks. You know, motherfuckers was writing their own shit. They was spitting their own shit. Niggas was really rapping. Niggas used to actually really freestyle back then. Like, the funny thing that to me now is, like, niggas used to clown how niggas in H-Town used to freestyle. But that shit sounds better than any of this bullshit that these young niggas putting out these days. Honestly, let's be realistic. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den who we calling into the den this evening? Hello. Who we got calling the den this evening?
Yeah, what's up, Honcho? You versatile type.
All right, versatile type. What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Nah, man, I'm just listening to the conversation having about, the music industry and how rap changed, and it really has, man, like, big time. And, y'all talking about the Tupac comparisons, and, right now I see the chatting of the old heads and the young heads, and music has changed. But, like one of the guys was saying earlier before, it does have to do with the adults, not having control of music. It really does.
And that's why I didn't even think about it like that. So what is your preference? What's your preference of music? The older stuff, the newer stuff? What do you listen to?
Well, I have a different ear. Like, I grew up, my dad was a musician, so I have a different ear of the music, so I listen to as much as I can. Classical, I do love hip-hop, because I grew up, it inspired me, it molded me, listen to all different sounds. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but like, I like all types of music, to be honest. Okay. That's the best. So, I mean, I can understand that. Like you say, your dad was a musician. What type of music did your pops play? He played mainly Spanish music, a lot of what they call the cumbias. Yeah, he played a lot of but he was like the name. That's why I got the name, because the name, he was very versatile. My dad could sing high range, low range, falsettos, all that, and he could also play the bass. And he got down, here in Houston, came in the '80s. He was hitting a lot of the nightclubs and stuff. So I'm saying, like, I have that ear. I grew up with it. So for me, the music, like, when I hear a lot of the hip hop right now, like, I get it with the 6ix9ines and some of the Uzi Verts and all that, but it is kind of like, you have some of the older hit rappers, like, saying it's a wave, and it really is. It comes and goes, because, like, my first real hip hop CD that I ever got was the Bad Boy Family, Volume 1. And that was like my first introduction to hip hop music. I grew up with a lot of Spanish music, with the pop records, pop Spanish. So for me, that was the first CD that I was like, okay. So listening to Flavor in Year. But then as I grew up a little bit more, and I was just going into school. I heard about Pac, and then I heard about UGK, and then I heard about, like you said, A-Ball, MJG. They're really underrated to me. And I started hearing Scarface, and then I heard just Master P, these different sounds in Houston. But like I said, it's just music, and it does go in waves, little by little. And for me, like I was saying, the social media, the internet, that was one thing that a lot of people don't look at it like no more. Like, they try to brush it under, but no, it had a lot to do with it, especially on that. Between about 2004 with Napster, the streaming with Napster, and the coming in with the internet, and then the whole 50 sound, him coming in, that really shook the industry a lot. And not just hip hop, because it made hip hop pop music. It made it the highest level of popularity that people wanted to listen to.
Okay, man, you made some real good points there. And man, I gotta speak on that 50 Cent CD, man, because that was a game changer. Man, that's a bit versatile type, man. I appreciate your call there, man.
Nah, no problem, man. I just love the stream, man. I've been telling a lot of my people about it, and keep doing your thing, man. Represent Houston, Texas.
Already, man. I appreciate that, man.
All right, no problem, man. Yeah, have a good night.
All right, you too, man. Appreciate it. That's what's up. Yes, man. Tell your friends about the Den, man. That 50 Cent CD, that was like the end of big time CD sales, because, like you said, with that Napster coming up, that's like that was probably like the last CD that really sold like that. You know what I'm saying? And after that, it was a wrap. That shit started. CD sales started going downhill after that. That bitch was a banger. But he's not lying. Now rapping, and that's the thing now. Yeah, I saw that. I got that win there. Jay Dizzle. I ain't gonna talk about it though. But couple of things, couple of points they made. That 50 Cent CD, yes, that shit was a game changer, and I think that's when shit started going pop because all that buzz that was around, 50. And now, like somebody said, it was Mello said about the clout, ghostwriters and clout. That's really all it is now. What Jay Dizzle said about, it's changed the game. It ain't the adults no more. And when you're talking about the Brad, man, Functified was the shit. You see motherfuckers saying, and that's what I say. Like that's why I have disgust with a lot of these female rappers now because the Brad ain't really make music like that. What was it? What Do You Like might have been her most freaky song or some shit like that, and it wasn't even no real freaky shit. Now all these hoes do is rap about sucking and fucking, and they don't got no real flow. Then they inspire other young females to be on a bunch of fucking and sucking, and then wonder why niggas treat them like that. The niggas who make songs about fucking, sucking, twerking, popping, these hoes listen to it and they do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same fucking shit. But the brat was a fine dyke when she came up out them clothes. Hey yo. Here's the deal though. Here's the deal. Kenneth, I'm gonna tell you the big difference. Between old school and new school. Back then, you talking about how they talking about drugs and this and this. Back then, they were talking about selling drugs, making money off drugs, coming up. Nowadays, motherfuckers talk about doing drugs, being drug addicts, popping pills, doing all this shit that was not, it wasn't cool back then to be a pill head. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a pill head. Oh yeah, you finna get got, or you finna get worked over. We finna, you finna break your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Now it's cool. I done popped 100 Xannies. I done popped 1,000 bars or whatever the fuck it is. Like now it's drug addict music. Back then it was hustler music. Niggas was talking about hustling, getting money. Yeah, crack baby music. It's better. Look, hey, well here's the deal. It's better to hustle and have some money in your pocket than to be a drug addict and be out of fucking money, fucked off, with no money in your motherfucking pockets, wearing fucking skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a dope fiend. So that's the main difference. But again, when you talk about Tupac talking about drugs, Tupac didn't make music about selling drugs. Like, if he said something about dope and doing it's few and far in between, and more likely a reference of what's going on around. You ain't here, man, I done got the bag, I done got the load, I done did this, I done bought some clothes, I done fucked some hoes, I done bought some clothes, I done went to the club, I done bought the bar. You wasn't nothing, no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas over here talking about wasting shit. Like, motherfuckers nowadays talk about waste. You know what I mean? And back then it was about survival. You know what I mean? And so that's the difference. So again, I just popped a Zan 50,000 in Japan, something like that. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what some shit sounded like. That shit. Lil Wayne. Yeah, Lil Wayne did change a whole bunch of that shit. Oh man, These Are the Breaks. What y'all know about that, man? Curtis Blow. What y'all know about that, man? Again, and so what I'm saying is it's a game. What Jay Dizzle said about, motherfuckers being young and coming in the game, like there was a standard. Like I want to say Mello said there's no A&Rs or maybe Jamel said that, or Lamel said that, and now it's like Houdini. Oh man, what y'all know about we're playing basketball? The fucking Bow Wow stole that shit. But what I'm saying is, like, there's no standard now. Anybody can get in the game. So like you said, if you build a little following, you see YouTubers who then turned and started a rap career or a singing career or whatever it is. Good luck with that. Hangover beers and finna run. You end up on the side of a trail somewhere. Yeah, man, but the lean thing was super funny is like, yeah, that's definitely some drug addicts. Lean, that's heroin. That's what it is. But then the funny thing is, like, all these other places started stealing that shit like it was cool. Motherfuckers was not sipping fucking drink like that. You know, but now everybody doing it because we was doing it down here. Now they act like they swear up and down motherfuckers was doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, lean been around for a long time, but Houston made that shit a cultural thing. Like that shit was all over and in the music. It was definitely prevalent down here. And Screw, you know, definitely pushed that shit. Yeah, Catch Me Outside, and she a rapper now. This bitch was on Dr. Phil, and now she a rapper. Like ain't no background, ain't no motherfucking none of that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And again, yeah, but as soon as Houston had their little run, and I blame 97.9 for that shit not lasting. And then Atlanta came and just stole all that shit. And it's acting like they just been doing, they been on the lean for forever. Activists. Mama. Like, come on, man. Like, let's stop with the shenanigans. It's not what that is, you know, and it's very unfortunate. So, yeah, like you say, Cardi B was on the pole, you know what I'm saying? Like on the pole, basically. And she went from the pole to the mic, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just, like you say, all these, and I think all that noise shit started. I'm gonna tell you who originated that. I'm gonna tell you who, I won't say originated it, but it started to develop from Jeezy. When Jeezy used to come with them ad libs, yeah, people started paying more attention to ad libs. You know what I'm saying? And then people start making them weird. They start changing up that fucking shit. They started Birdman with that. And once motherfuckers realize, oh, you can just make bird noises. You know, okay, cool. And then that's it. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and game over after that. You know, and honestly, if you really go back and listen, you know who used to have some ad libs? Fucking Wayne. Wayne had some ad libs from a young age. If you go back and look, because he didn't really, when he didn't cuss, when he first started rapping, he used to have a lot of little ad libs, you know what I'm saying? And so you go back and listen to some of that old Hot Boys, listen to some of that old Wayne, man. You know what I'm saying? So, see, this is what I'm talking about right now. This is how y'all affected. What the fuck is a slat? What is a slat? Tell me what a slat is. That's y'all right there. And that's why motherfuckers look at y'all like a bunch of little skinny jean dope fiends. Ain't no saving y'all. Strange generation. But again, you know, it is what it is. And here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. We're not going to act like our generation didn't have bad, meaningless, pointless songs. We had dance music. Again, a lot of that shit came from Atlanta. But, you know, it is what it is, man. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Yo, what's up, Honcho? It's me, Versatile Time again, man. I just want to remind everybody, just one person, because I left him out. Okay. And I know it might be a little controversial, but, you know, you can't forget, you know, kind of the moment and the way that he had with South Park Mexican, you know, SPM.
Man, when you come out, I knew I had a feeling that's what you was gonna say. But SPM went hard though. That's what he had a situation. He might have R. Kelly'd it, but hey,
yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, I'm just because I was thinking about it. I hanged on. I was like, man, hold up, like, you know, him, and for me, you know, because I'm Hispanic, so you know, definitely Selena. You know, that's to me, you know. I'll say this to a lot of people: y'all can keep your queens, but I'll take the goddess Selena anytime. I'm sorry. Right. It's just how it is. You know, and Selena too. That's, you know, it's baby girl.
Okay. Yeah, I rocked with Selena, man. Yeah. I remember I was working at the movies. They used to have that goddamn same little playlist. They had like 2 or 3 Selena songs of that bitch. Dreaming of You Tonight actually, and some other shit. I forgot what the other one was, but
dude, man, let me tell you, there's a song you can look on YouTube. It's a mashup. Somebody made it. It's If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys with it's a Spanish song. No Me Queda Más / If I Ain't Got You mashup. And man, you gotta look for it. It's on YouTube. It's on there. But man, it's the I Ain't Got You instrumental with Selena's vocals. Okay. And man, let me tell you, when I heard that, you know, I was on some of that good green stuff, and shit, that motherfucker sounded like it was the original song. You can even tell it's a mashup. So, you know, that's just for me. But yeah, man, SPM and You know, not leave him out, man, because he had his moment, and I think he could have really been up there, but you know, we know what happened. So
yeah. All right, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the call, Versatile Titan.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
Already.
Cool. All right,
man. Let me tell you, man. Hey, don't sleep on Selena. Selena had that little purple outfit. I want to say that was her last concert. And this now, y'all gotta understand. Like when I was young, man, my best partner, he was Mexican. Now, this is when I was young. When I first moved out here, when I first moved from Beaumont. And that dude's mom, his mom, I think it went to that last concert, and I would go over there. They'd be watching that shit, and you know, when she rode off in the car, like it made like a little lap before she slid up out of there. Selena could sing, man. Selena could sing, and I think she was underappreciated because of, you know, she you know, did the Spanish and the English, and Selena could sing, man. Selena went hard. Yeah, Selena did go hard, man. So, definitely got to give her credit. Definitely got to give her credit. Again, one of those that was taken too soon. She probably would have had a very stellar career. And it's always fucked up, like, because of, what was it? Basically jealousy. That the little chick, I don't know if it was her manager or whatever that killed her. You know what I mean? Shit was wild, son. Shit was wild. I had that little purple outfit. SPM. I don't care what nobody say. SPM could rap. Yeah, she caught her manager stealing the money. Okay. SPM could rap, man. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, sometimes he would do some old little funny shit, but SPM could fucking rap. What was that shit? I forgot he said, with 3 screens and 4 margarita machines. Something he said. But SPM could rap, dog. SPM had some songs. Mexican Radio was not one of his best songs. But man, he had some hits. I can't, ain't too much coming to mind right now. But SPM did go hard. I don't care what nobody say. Like, SPM went hard. SPM went harder than anything these youngsters putting out right now. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, yo, it's Mello again, bro.
Mello, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den this evening, man?
Check it out. Sagging my dicky, smoke like a hippie, smell so good, what you get wet and sticky. You left me, girl, you the bomb. Got it blowing like Cheech and Chong. What y'all niggas know about SPM, man? Hey. Hey, on the cook. That was when I was in middle school is when I really got into jamming the SPM, bro. But I remember jamming to I was raised on beans and rice, and if you shot at my crib, I wouldn't be surprised. Mama used to trip 'cause I fed the mice. I'm the one they sent home 'cause my head had lice. That nigga, man. Hey, I used to sit in my room, nigga, get blazed in a motherfucker with my fucking black light. I used to have a plant. I used to grow bud in my room, bro. So I used to have a plant. I used to have my whole little setup and shit. Back in middle school, bro, I was chilling and shit, jamming to my nigga SPM. I don't really fuck with that nigga too much nowadays. Yeah. But that nigga went hard back in the gap, bro.
Yeah. You did though, man. Like I say, SPM went hard, man. And SPM had the best weed songs, man. Like, SPM had the best weed songs, man. I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. Especially if you was a smoker, you was fucking with. If you was a smoker in the city, you jammed some SPM. So I mean, you know what I'm saying. And
he had some shit that make you want to ride too. He had some shit talking about, I come from the under, when the rain and the thunder, double pumper, double pump a burner rubber and your baby mother fucks up, but I eat your bitch ass up for breakfast in Texas. We blast first and then ask questions. That nigga,
yeah, it used to go hard, nigga. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all sleeping on it.
Yeah. But shit, I'm gonna hang you, Honcho.
Already, man. Appreciate the call, Mello.
Already.
See, y'all know nothing about that, man. Y'all don't know nothing about that. But I can't hold him. I can't not hold him to the double standard. If we gonna hit Kales with the shit, then we gotta, you know, it's unfortunate the situation he went down for. But they supposed to be doing a movie about him or some shit like that. because they had old buddy there. They basically played like they had like somebody played like playing the character as him. He called in. They had like a little thing at the club and all that shit. This nigga said if R. Kelly wouldn't have peed on it. Yeah, Jay Bird definitely needs to be banned for that commentary he placed there. But here's the deal, man. Yeah, but here's the deal. We were talking about this, and we're gonna get ready to wrap it up because I guess we'll get a little bit of mixer action. But shit, you fucking with 6ix9ine, he a pedo too, nigga. So why you bullshitting? Your NBA young boy over there spreading shit. You know, why you talking all this bullshit? Like these are the motherfuckers you promoting. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got nothing to say, Kenneth. So you know, but Biggie was a master storyteller. Okay, Biggie was a master storyteller, and then that's what made him what he was. Jay-Z, he was a New York thing, but I guess, you know, niggas everywhere like Jay-Z. But he told great stories, but it was about the hustle. It was about the come up. It was all good just a week ago. And Pac, man, Pac was a revolutionary. You know, these are guys that all held their own lane. It's a reason why people still talk about them to this day. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
This is Jay Dizzle.
Jay Dizzle, what you want to drop in the den this evening, man?
Okay. All right. This lyricism shit and who's good artists and shit. Let me tell you something. I respect Big. Okay? It was one line he wrote in one song that made me hop completely off the train. When he said, "Girl so fine, I'll suck on your daddy's dick." Nah, man. No, he lost me there, bro. No, ever since I heard that, I'm like, is this...
Okay, I got one for you though. I got one for you. You UGK alumni.
Okay.
So what about
Absolutely.
So what about I'm so bad I can suck my own dick?
I must have said that wasn't one of my favorite lines.
I mean, shit, you
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that wasn't one of my favorite lines, but I mean, at the same time, shit, if I had to suck one, I would choose rather have my own. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna suck on some other nigga dick because his daughter look good. Like, damn. Like, nah, man.
Okay.
I mean, either way, it's a fucked up choice either way. But
yeah,
nah, he lost me with that line. But Pac to me gonna always and forever be the greatest. But rap is so subjective because you like different artists for different reasons. So it's kind of hard to place one person better than the other. You know what I'm saying? Because they bring different things to the table. Like you said, Big was a very good storyteller, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? You like SPM because it helped you, you know what I'm saying? It reminds you of the old days when you was smoking and shit. To me, of course, I ain't never smoked, but I fucks with Devin the Dude heavy and ain't never smoked a day in my life.
Yeah.
But I love the fuck out of Devin because he make good music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, Pac will be the greatest because he was one of the few artists that made music for everybody. It didn't matter where you were from, what part of the world you were from, what you were going through. Pac made a song for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think that some people, I'm not going to say no names, Honcho, don't like about Drake. Drake is doing it a similar way, but not in the same fashion. Because to us, Drake ain't never really took a hard stance in no one place. He just kind of like an amoeba. He just spreading every fucking well. You know what I'm saying? He just doing so much of everything. You like, well, nigga, what are you really? Like, you know what I'm saying? At your true basic form, what are you really? We knew what Pac was. Pac was, you know what I'm saying, the product of a Black Panthers and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had thug life. People say, well, Pac was changing. Yeah, because he started going through more shit. When he first, because I remember, I never forget that video as long as I live, when he was young, before he was even fucking with Digital Underground, and he was talking about women, and he was like, I was trying to mess with this one chick, she told me she didn't want to fuck with me because I was too nice. Next thing you know, a few years down the road, he making a song, You Wonder Why They Call You Bitch. Like, that's on a whole other spectrum, but it's still real shit. So a lot of people don't like some of the older guys for different reasons, and the young people don't know about them because they never listen to them. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand what the fuck it is he's saying because they don't pay attention to shit. It ain't about partying and bullshit. They're not interested. All they want to know is that you know what I'm saying, that feel good. It's like a high. It's like drugs. And why you think they so addicted to drugs? Because they want to feel good all the damn time. And them type of people, all they talk about is other people bringing negative energy around. What the fuck you mean negative energy? What you mean, like tragedy, sadness and shit? Motherfucker, that shit gonna come around you all the time. You got to understand how to persevere through all that. If you don't like negative energy, you can't tell me you watch TV because all you see is negative shit. You damn sure can't watch the news. So you know what I'm saying? Because that's full of negative shit. But that's how you learn shit. Sometimes through bad situations, and hopefully it'd be a little bit better if it was always good situations, but that's not how it always is. So you got to take it however you can get it. So I don't deal with this energy bullshit. I just take shit for what it is. If it's real or if it's not. You know what I'm saying? If it's some fake ass shit, then that's another thing. What Kenneth wasn't understanding. When we were growing up, you couldn't talk about nothing you didn't live. Like, you couldn't portray some shit that you wasn't. That shit'll get you beat the fuck up or worse. Point blank, period. Because motherfuckers would try you. If you was talking about all that shit, motherfuckers would test you to see if you was really about that. You don't run into that shit nowadays. All people do now is talk. So if somebody sees something, if you just making yourself be perceived that way, motherfuckers is more willing to believe you because everything is visual now. Back then, you had to show and prove, my nigga. You couldn't just talk that shit without walking it. It didn't work that way. So now people is able to get away with it. So now we can't tell who's real and who's not. So what they just doing is they just saying, well, since I seen this and he talked about it, I'm gonna believe him because I like him. Okay, you more than welcome to do that if that's what you want to do. But you know what I'm saying, back in our days, you had motherfuckers who was really living that shit that wouldn't let you disrespect what they doing, whether it was good or bad, by talking about it when you wasn't living it. So what it started from the people who was actually doing the shit and talking about it, to people who was watching the other people do the shit and talking about it, to now people who ain't doing it at all and still trying to talk about it just because they want to be cool like the other people, even though the shit that they doing may or may not be perceived as cool by whoever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is. It used to be a lot of knowledge in the music. Now it's not so much no more because people don't want knowledge. They just want to feel good for a little while. You know what I'm saying? They want to get their high and then they want to go on back to their life, or they want to try to keep that high going for as long as possible. So they'll add some drugs into it. Then they'll go out with a whole bunch of other people who's adding drugs and shit into it, and then that's when the shit starts. Because then motherfuckers don't know how to respond. Then you got some people who can't handle the drugs or the situation, and then they mishandle the situation, and now you got innocent people dying over some bullshit. So it's just a snowball effect, man. That everybody chasing that high, everybody want to feel good, even though you can't feel good all the time and you can't stay high all the time. But people try and they die doing it, unfortunately. So that's all I got. I just want to spill my, well, I can't say sauce because this ain't the sauce. So I just want to put my 2 cents in, and we just gonna rock with that.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, Jay Dills. I think that's the perfect way to end it, man.
All right, man.
Already. And I think that was a legit, solid ending. We gonna make that the last call, man. And I agree, man, all the way through and through, man. And that's the thing. Basically, what he said, motherfuckers would test you back then. Ain't no testing no more, man. It ain't no motherfucking me One second. Everybody just like I say, it's all the show. If they see the little visuals or the little videos or whatever else it may be, you know, then they're gonna run with it, man. And again, like I say, one second. But like I say, you know, it is what it is, though. So I think that was a good note to end it on. So, man, what I can say, with that being said, man, I think it was a good. I think this was a good den this evening. And I think there's a lot of interesting aspects that we need to look at. I think there's a lot of interesting aspects. How the fuck you sound loud? Light skin. Nah, you ain't even get the old heads mad, Kenneth. It's more like disappointment. It's like you just a representation of the generation. So again, but if you think that, I mean, that's but that's your generation right now. They feel like they've accomplished something if they made somebody mad because via the internet. But again, like we were just talking about, the motherfuckers would test you. It wasn't no internet. You know, you do some shit like that in some real life trolling, you get your ass beat. And the motherfucker find your ass somewhere. So that is basically what it is. So here's the deal. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at Cushington, see if he's still talking about the old mixer action. We'll make that shake. We'll probably do some pub for a little bit and go from there. It won't be a super late mix or anything like that. But with that being said, yeah, look, here you go. I hope you. But see, this thing, you ain't got the juice. Trust me. If I get my hands on you, you got to hope you outrun me. If I get my hands on you, it's game over for you. You know. Persistence is a motherfucker. So there's that. But with that being said, man, hey, I appreciate each and one of y'all coming through, showing love. I say maybe 10-15 minutes to the mixer, and you know we'll make that shit shake. But with that being said, chunk up a deuce, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Shout out to all the friends in the den that came through this evening. I appreciate all of y'all. I didn't really get to keep up with the chat too much. We had a lot of calls, and it was some good stuff. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Den at 10. Y'all already know what it is. Kenneth. Yeah, y'all hanging with that simp. Y'all ain't got to go home. I'm inviting y'all to the mix. But y'all rock with that nigga Kenneth. Y'all got to get the fuck up out of here, man.